not going to shout over
each and every single task, I've also put myself out there. I never ever stay silent.
You spent £473 on that bloody stupid wall. It was more like the Hanging Gardens of Bethnal Green. Just for your reference, after you left, they chucked it out. That's how good it was.
Yeah.
Right? So who built the wall?
Dan, Priyesh, myself, and Karishma.
Dan
helped.
and Priyesh.
Yeah.
Bill and Ben, the flower pot men.
They're not at one point any of them say this is not what the client's looking for.
We did at one point give the idea of I think Dan gave the ideas to the client with the 2 devil horns and the tail, and they didn't say no to that idea.
You know, that wall was a disaster, and the negotiation for it was ridiculous.
I understand, Lord Sugar. I mean, we doubled from where we were. It's not perfect. I will hold my hands up to that.
Doubled, but you didn't get it, did you? Because when you finally turn up with that thing, they only give you £1,000, don't they? So where do you think the failure of this task lays with it?
I think ultimately on the other side here, partly because we did make a profit on our particular product. Although it was bad, we did make...
Where do you think it lays, Connor?
I do think it lies with us. I do think
You
it lies.
do?
I think
So
it lies.
who out of the four then do you think is?
I think
responsible?
ultimately, Vanessa, you made the decision on the bouquet, and then I do think Karishma, you ultimately influenced Vanessa to go up higher.
I don't think £160 on an extra 10 broke the camel's back. I don't think that was
also
the point of failure.
I think it's okay to say Karishma also did that, but you guys still took very long to make it.
Right. Well, Vanessa, who are you bringing back into this boardroom?
I'd have to definitely bring somebody back from both sides. On this side, I'm going to have to bring Pasha back. And I can give the reasons after. I'm happy to do that. And I think on this side, I'm going to have to, Lawrence, I think you being the sub-leader could have definitely pushed it out a bit more.
Right. Okay.
I think what a lot of thing is, obviously I put myself in this position to lead this thing with when I have no experience on it.
There was no
No
strategy.
price, no costing strategy.
Let me just try. Let me just finish what I'm saying. I put myself in this position to be the PM of this task. I could easily do this thing where a lot of people are doing, waiting for the perfect task. I wanted to challenge myself as something I've never done before.
Well, I do tell people, don't get involved in running something which you've got no experience in.
And honestly, if I didn't put my hand up, nobody would have put their hand up. It's easy for a lot of people to hide behind the person who puts themselves forward.
Who should be fired then?
In all honesty, I think we're halfway through the process. Pasha has not put herself forward for anything, but she jumps on the back of a lot of things. If it sounds good, she's happy to go with it. And if it doesn't work out...
I've pulled my weight in every single task. I've been a backbone of pretty much every task, and I've done what I've been told to do to the best of my ability.
We can all say what we've done from task 1 to now.
I'm not going to shout over
Each and every single task, I've also put myself out there. I never ever stay silent. I'm not a background person.
I'm not a background person either.
Who do you think should be fired then?
I think Vanessa should be fired, honestly. In the market, I was making bouquets. I took that initiative because we didn't have enough bouquets.
I told you to do it.
You had to do the bouquets, it's the thing.
Yeah, but from the minute we got there, I was doing bouquets and selling as well.
The issue is that flowers, you guys didn't make enough.
You weren't helping us in the morning making them.
I helped you do a few and I went over to the other side because I had to be in between both.
There was no leadership.
Just one thing I want to add, I did work across both teams as well, and on both days I had a clear strategy. Neither of the days did the strategy fall apart. I do have to say, like, I have learnt my lessons from this, but...
Right, listen, I think I've heard enough. I'm going to conclude here. Pasha, I don't quite understand Vanessa's choosing you to come back here, but your team was responsible for making the bouquets and buying the flowers, and it's quite clear that far too much was spent there.
There was no cost strategy.
Yeah, I don't want to hear any more from anybody.
Okay. Sorry.
Lawrence, you completely and utterly lost the plot. You didn't realise this was a very artistic type of thing that these people wanted, and you made them a very ugly wall. Vanessa, I don't think you led this team very well at all. In fact, I think far too much money was spent on flowers, and also the manufacturing of the bouquets was a joke, a complete and utter joke. And on that basis, Vanessa, you're fired.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Good luck.